Hi guys. So we're gonna be doing a WrestleMania. WrestleMania ranking matches. We've been not doing one for a long time. So if there's a wrestler you thought I didn't do, let me know. I didn't do the Undertaker. I'm gonna be trying to do it this week. I'll try. It's a long one. He has 35 match, so it's a little bit long. So today we're gonna be doing Chris Jericho. I thought I did him, but I didn't do his ranking for WrestleMania. So let's get into it. He has a really. This one's going to be very hard because he has really good matches. But let's get into it. So, WrestleMania 16, you get Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. It's a two-fall triple threat match for the Intercontinental and European Championship. So, here, here the champion. Kurt Angle was both champion. So this one's hard. So Benoit wins the Intercontinental, and then Chris Jericho wins the European. So it's a win and loss for Chris Jericho, but really weird match, but really good match. But I didn't like the stipulation. But yeah, so WrestleMania 17, you get Chris Jericho versus William Regal in a Intercontinental Championship match. He wins. He was the champion, so he retains at WrestleMania. Really good match. At WrestleMania 18, you get Chris Jericho versus Triple H's undisputed WWF Championship. That is the only main event that Chris Jericho did, and he was a champion to go in, and he lost. I thought he should have won that one though. WrestleMania 19, you get Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels single match. He loses that match, but really great match. WrestleMania 20, Chris Jericho versus Christian, a single match. He loses that one. So back-to-back loss, but really good matches. That Chris Jericho versus Christian match is with the one that Trish Stratus turned heel. But it was a really good match. I think it was a good match. WrestleMania 21, you get Y2J. So Chris Jericho versus Sheldon Benjamin versus Chris Benoit versus Edge versus Christian versus Kane in the first ever Money in the Bank. And Edge won that one. So really good match. The first one. So it's very... I really like that one. The first one. So WrestleMania 24... one of my favorites, not for Chris Jericho though. Chris Jericho versus CM Punk versus Carlito versus MVP versus Kennedy versus Sheldon Benjamin versus John Morrison in the Money in the Bank. And that's the one that CM Punk won. So that one's a really good one too. So there is a lot of Money in the Bank, but that one and the first one was really one of the best. So it's going to be very hard to rank these matches. WrestleMania 25, Chris Jericho versus Jimmy Snuka versus Ricky Steamboat versus Roddy Piper. So a handicap elimination match. Chris Jericho wins that one. So it was Chris Jericho against the Legends. Okay match. I didn't really enjoy it too much. I do like Roddy Piper, but I mean... and then WrestleMania 26, you got Chris Jericho versus Edge. Chris Jericho was the champion, and he retains at WrestleMania. So it's a World Heavyweight Championship match. Really good match. He always has good chemistry with Edge. WrestleMania 28, another good match. You got Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. CM Punk was the champion. WWE champion. And that was the one that it was straight edge. They were doing that drunk thing. It was really a good storyline. I think I really enjoyed that one. WrestleMania 29, Chris Jericho versus Fandango. That's a single match. Chris Jericho lost, so he was just putting over talent. It sucks that Fandango didn't go anywhere after that. So that one's going to be very low because of that. WrestleMania 32, Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. Another single match. Not a great single match because AJ Styles, you can't have a bad match with AJ Styles. Chris Jericho wins that match. WrestleMania 33, Chris Jericho champion versus Kevin Owens for the WWE United States Championship. Chris Jericho was the United States Championship, and he loses to Kevin Owens. Really great match. Good storyline. They were best friends, and then they turn. It was really, really a good storyline. So we're gonna start with the. So he has 14 match. He's 5-9. One main event. We're gonna be doing. So number 14. I'm gonna put. I don't want to put that one right now. I'm gonna put. It's really hard with Chris Jericho. He has a really great match, but I'm gonna put. I don't want to. It was a good match, but it didn't do anything. So I'm gonna actually do this one here. WrestleMania 25 versus Legend. I'll just put Legends. Good good feel, like good match. I mean, it was okay. You have these legends and all that, but I didn't like that. I don't really. With all the matches that he has, all the matches he has a really great match at WrestleMania. So that one is just, I couldn't put him this high. Next match, I'm gonna put Fandango. So WrestleMania 29, it would. So Mania 29, Fandango. It would have been higher, but they didn't do anything with Fandango. I think it was a good upset, good storyline, everything, but no, they didn't do anything with him. So that's the reason that he's this low. After that, I'm gonna put. That's a really good storyline. I'm gonna go with this one here. It's good. Good. WrestleMania 16 is a good. You get good wrestling. It's really a good wrestling match. But with all the matches here, I have to put this one here. WrestleMania 16. I'll just put triple threat. So it's for the 2 championship. Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. Really good story. I mean, good wrestling match. But like with the other match that he has, I have to put this right here. Like it has to. Then after that, 11. I'm gonna put, even if it's a good storyline, I really enjoy this storyline. WrestleMania 20. It's still a single match. And WrestleMania 20, Christian. And he's the reason that Shawn Michael, Kurt Angle is the reason. You can put maybe Eddie Guerrero or stuff like that. The reason that single match are actually really good, even AJ Styles, is the reason that it's really, really, really good. It's really a good match because it's good wrestling. Good storyline with Trish Stratus and all that. I'm gonna put it at 11, but it's very close on the other one. I could have put the Triple H one. I didn't really enjoy it, but it was a main event for Chris Jericho, so I can't put him that low. But I'm soon gonna have to put it there. I'm gonna. Do I go there? Yeah, I'm gonna go here. WrestleMania 32. Versus AJ Styles. And anybody you put with AJ Styles is a good match for WrestleMania. And that was a good match, but no championship, no stipulation. Chris Jericho did win, so that's really good for him, but I think they could have did a little bit better. What's next? Do I put that? I really like the Money in the Banks. I'm gonna put. Yeah, I'll put this here. WrestleMania 17, number 9. Versus I'll just put Regal. So WrestleMania 17. So 9th place is WrestleMania 17. Chris Jericho versus William Regal for the Intercontinental Championship. Really great match. Now it's basically pointing. It's basically all good matches now. So it's going to be very hard. But I have to put the Regal there. Next is hard. I'm going to put. This is just my point of view here. I'm going to put this one here. I know it's the first one, but I will put... no, I'm going to put this one here. WrestleMania 24. So Money in the Bank. I'll just put CM Punk. Because that's the one, the CM Punk one. But I can't put that one on top of the first one because the first one is sentimental. It's the first one. I like this one though a lot because I'm a big fan of CM Punk. But still, for Y2J, he lost. I think there's matches a little bit better. And yeah, so number 7. I'm going to have to put this here. I'm going to put this... Yeah, I'm going to put this one here. WrestleMania 19. And that's against Shawn Michaels. The storyline's great. Everything. No championship. The only reason it's this low because the other ones have championship involved. Only reason it's this low. But I mean, really great storyline. Very good single match. Like one of the best single match of all time. So I have to put that there. I'm going to put next. I'm going to have to put this one here next. Yeah, it went a little bit too high. But it is his main event. So WrestleMania. Triple H. Not a big, awesome match, but it was a main event, so that's the reason it's this high. And it was for the Undisputed WWF Championship. He did lose, but still, that's his only main event in his career, so I had to put this high. Because if it wasn't that main event, if it wasn't a main event, and for the WWF Championship, it would be like this low. Because Triple H, no, not a big fan, but yeah. So next on this list for number 5, well, now we're getting into the really great match. I'm gonna have to put this here, yeah. Yeah. So it's gonna be this one here. Yeah, I'm gonna put this. No. It's gonna be the first Money in the Bank. Yeah. So WrestleMania 21. Money in the Bank. So I know I did the one for the Edge, and it was one of the top ones for him. It is one of the top one for Jericho too. So it's the Money in the Bank, first Money in the Bank ever. It is vintage because it's the first Money in the Bank. And Edge won that match and Chris Jericho didn't. But it's kind of sucks that Y2J, Jericho didn't win one. But yeah, so that one is there. And I almost put this one before, but I'm going to put this one at number 4. Just because I put this one a little bit higher than the Money in the Bank. The Chris Jericho was carrying on for the United States Championship because the storyline was amazing. It was a really good story. When Kevin Owens turning on Chris Jericho, they were best friends. There was the made the list thing in there. I think that had to be higher than the Money in the Bank. I know the Money in the Bank made a lot of champions too, but still. Now we have 3. What's the other 3? What's the other 2? 1, 2. Did I miss a match? Okay. So basically, the triple threat is 2 matches. So we're just gonna. I know I was gonna do that. So this match is actually 2 matches. And the reason there's 3, it's not 3. So we're gonna do this here, is because this match is 2. So basically now we're gonna be in top 2 here. So basically WrestleMania Gets Owen is number 3. So basically I would have put it right here, the other triple threat match. So it's actually 2 matches. That's how I didn't figure that out. So 1 and 2, you can basically do this. I'm gonna put WrestleMania 28 second. This is CM Punk. And against CM Punk, really good storyline. That straight edge. Chris Jericho lost. That's the only reason it's not first for me. But I mean, really good storyline. I really like what they did with it. They took advantage of that straight edge with alcohol and all that. I think it was a good thing. And then number 1 is WrestleMania 26. Edge. Against Edge, so much chemistry against Edge. It was Chris Jericho versus Edge. Chris Jericho retains the World Heavyweight Championship against Edge. That's the reason he's number 1, because he retains at WrestleMania against Edge. Really good match. Really good chemistry they have together. I think it was a good match, and it is number 1 for Chris Jericho. So we did Chris Jericho. If you guys want me to do another wrestler, let me know. Like and subscribe. I will do some ranking of WrestleMania matches. So basically a ranking of, let's say, WrestleMania 40, and then rank all the matches or stuff like that. I'll do that if you guys want me to. Like and subscribe. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you soon with more videos. See you guys.